Hi, I'm Andrew, owner of Dragon Mountain Powder Coating. This video is a step-by-step guide for installation of either our chimney protector or our snow diverter models. In this video we will be using the snow diverter with an optional bracket assembly. This is a typical installation. This is a 4-in-12 pitched roof with a common metal rib design with an 1.5-inch vent pipe. So the first stage would be to take your diverter, position it on the roof so it's centralized with the pipe and is pointing up the roof in line with the ribs. I recommend with the bracket assembly that the diverter is slid down until it is tight with the pipe. This ensures when the clamping bracket goes on that everything is pulled up tight to ensure that the pipe is given the most amount of support from the diverter. So once the position is set, using a Sharpie pen, you would then go around and mark the position of the ribs on the diverter to give you the position for cutting. The simplest option is to just simply cut some rectangles where required. But if you're like me, I'm very fussy and I like my diverter to sit tight to the roof and be as seamless as possible. So using some offcuts of wood, I make some simple templates that match up to the contour of the ribs of the roof. So using these templates, you simply position them on the pencil marks that you've already made. Mark round each side to give you your cutouts, and then that will give you the necessary positions to cut. The next stage, we will move down into the workshop for the cutting process. Okay, so we're now set up in the workshop for the cutting portion of this video. So there is 3 options regarding methods to make the cuts. The first would be to do a traditional hacksaw. The second option is to use a angle grinder with a narrow cutting blade. And the third option is to use a jigsaw with a fine metal cutting blade. We will also require a selection of files to clean the cut up when complete. And most importantly, you will require safety glasses for this stage. If you choose to use a power tool for the cutting, I would also recommend using water. And this will help keep the surface cool during the cutting process and avoid scorching the powder coat finish. Okay, let's get started. Now both the cuts have been made, we can now use a selection of files to run round and remove any burrs and sharp edges. And because the diverters are manufactured from stainless steel, there is no need to paint the exposed edges. We will now transfer back to the showroom to complete the installation. Okay, now all the cutting of the diverter is done. The next stage is to lower the diverter into its final resting place, and then using approximately an 1/8 of an inch drill bit is to drill through the mounting holes positioned in the flange and through into the plywood on the roof. Before we can screw the diverter down, we first have to lift it off, and with the supplied butyl sealing tape, apply sealing tape to all the flange areas, ensuring that each of the holes are covered, and this will ensure that you have a watertight seal on your roof. Once you're ready to install, you will peel off the protective coating on the butyl tape, lower your diverter into position, like that, and using a 3/8 of an inch magnetic driver, you will begin by putting a screw in each corner, but do not fully tighten the screws. This will hold the diverter in position. As so. So once the diverter is now held in position, you can put the rest of the screws in, again not fully tightened. Okay, now all the screws are loosely in. You will go around and slowly tighten them in a crisscross pattern, but do not over tighten, as you do not want to damage the rubber seal on the screws. Okay, once all the screws are tightened to a moderate level, the final job is to, if you're using the optional mounting bracket, is to tighten up the screw on the front to pull that back, or in this case you would use assorted wrenches to tighten the bracket around your chimney. If you have any further questions, feel free to contact me, and thanks for watching.